What the hell?
Hi, Dietmar. I'm so happy to have you here
Hi,
today.
Joanna.
Thank you so much for being part of the interview.
We,
So please start immediately, like for those of you who do not know Dietmar, Dietmar, please introduce yourself very quickly and yeah, what studio you're part of.
I'm the owner of Play Public, a studio who was founded in the late 90s in Graz. Until the mid 2010s, we did only gambling and hyper casual games. Sometimes in the early days of Java phones, we did also some casual games as ad games for different companies. And I came to game development around 94 as a consultant for art history.
What
We were
a
working with we were working with mostly with freelancers from all over the world, especially from Russia, Ukraine, Holland, Netherlands, and sometimes Spain.
what an interesting mixture of disciplines. How's that? How did you come to bring together so many disciplines?
Oh, in 94, a game company, a US-based game company, asked me for some consultant work for their actual game. And um, I fall into game development at this time and never left it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We're glad to have you. Because I mean, you know that I'm more interested in the recent projects you're working on. So not so much the gambling project, but your studio is taking a very interesting turn these days, and I think that's what you want to hear. Your what are you currently working on, and what are your newest projects?
My current project is called Hamlets Freed. It's a mobile augmented reality game. The story about is that wherever you go, wherever you stay at the moment, there have people been before, and these people died, of course, in the past. Mostly of them died unnatural or violent death, and this story we want to like to tell the people. So your mobile phone becomes a window in the past, a real window in the past. You really can talk with these people. And what we did also is um, bringing these people in a way to life. You like real emotions. We are currently on a level that our artificial intelligence is on the level of a maybe 8 to 10 year old child and can uh, represent emotions and movements, gestics, whatever, like a 8 to 10 year old child.
Impressive. So
Based on the story of the character you're currently playing with. For example, is it more a victim or is it more for example, a soldier who died on the battlefield or whatever?
this is such an interesting mixture of bringing technology and the humanities together. I mean, how did you come up with this concept?
Um, First, it was only an experimental game. If I wouldn't call it game, it was how can you do bringing things together? How can you use new technologies like augmented reality in a way that makes sense? I'm not that big fan of augmented reality games who show you virtual basketball fields or something like that. That doesn't make sense from my point of view. I wanted to use devices really on an immersive and narrative way, using the geolocation where you are and the time in the time you live. That was the point. And then I thought, okay, why have this to be actual events? Why don't go into the past on that geolocation where you currently are? What happened here before 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, or so, whatever years? Yeah. And this I want to the people show. You are on a crossing or in an old street, and you mostly don't know what happened exactly on this place, and that's pretty amazing. If you start researching for these things, almost on every town in Europe that's bigger than, let's say, 50,000 people, you can find so much history on each square inch, on each square meter. Yeah, it's amazing.
I adore this project. I find it such an inspiring idea, and yeah. But it's not the only project you're working on. Did I understand this correctly?
There will be maybe 2 or 3 further projects next year. Depends on our resources. Um, Based on this project Hamlet, there will be a project with US partners, and but unfortunately I can't tell more at this time through legal stuff. And what we also will do or try to do, that's not sure, doing a game about war correspondence in real time based on the daily news,
Wow.
recreating the environment, and the characters are involved by using agency stuff of these news agencies like Agence France Presse or Associated Press or whatever, and regenerate the level environment and the people who are involved, seen by this war correspondence.
Wow. Wow, I'm looking forward to those games.
We do a lot of with machine learning and artificial intelligence. We do a really really lot with this new texts, because I think it's the classical scripted game or coded game will be like dinosaurs. They will be mostly not more played by people. People won't know repeating things and repeating stories and repeating those things. It's more really bring the real life, the real world with the gaming world together, mix both, and take the best of both worlds to create new games.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
And then entertainment, of course, it's the border between game and cinema, movies and theater disappearing currently. And these are technologies I'm very interested, or we are very interested in.
This would also fit nicely to the next question. I mean, what is your future vision for your studio?
The future vision is, oh, that's a on one hand, a very easy question. On the other hand, a very, very, very difficult question. The easy answer is making millions of dollars. The real answer is being excited to do these things and not getting to be bored.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
As I said before, I did around, I guess, 100 or 120 slot games, around 50 hyper casual games. But you came to a point where this is all, it's boring, it's stupid, you know. It's really frustrating in sometimes, and using or being on front on new technologies, using them, expand them in some ways. Yeah, it's really awesome to live in this time and be part of new developments.
Yeah, I'm excited that you found this interesting turning point. What tips, what advices would you give young developers trying to get into the games industry?
To get in the games industry, be curious. One point, be curious. It's maybe the most important thing. Be curious not only about your profession or your specific niche. Be curious about movies, books, other games, other genres of games. Be curious about sports, about politics. Be curious. And maybe a second point is, if you, at the beginning of your game career, know your audience, know the people you're working for, finally, aka the player. Hear the music, hear the watch the movies, watch the games, what they play also, and don't hesitate to ask for help. Seniors, in most cases, they will help you if they aren't really psychotical type of human. But in most cases, if they have the time, they will help you.
Thank you so much for sharing this. I cannot agree more. The last question, which could be either the easiest one or the challenging one. I mean, this has been a weird year for pretty much all of us. How did you cope with that? What things changed for you? And also, what are your takeaways for the next year, the next years? And what are you looking forward to in the next year when the things are maybe changing again?
This year, of course, was very, very, very challenging in different ways, in private ways, and of course in the way as a professional game developer, because we didn't have all those events like Gamescom, like Game Dev Days, like many other. On the other hand, it allowed us to focus on the things we want to really do, like discussing with all people involved about details we maybe have never found out if we had a normal year. So we went ahead a lot of because we found the time to go more in details and go more in doing better, creating better games at least, I guess. We had more time to do our core competence, if you so want.
Yep.
And not flying around the globe and having in some cases unnecessary meetings and so on and so on. We were more focused. That's the good side of this pandemic. The bad side is I didn't meet all the people I'd love to drink beer with.
Yeah.
In real.
Yeah. Dietmar, thank you so much for sharing all of this. This is so inspiring, and I'm so looking forward to your new projects. And again, it's such an exciting development to see how you really focus on this interesting combination of humanities and high technology. So thank you so much for sharing this with us. It has been a pleasure.
Me too. Have a happy new year and a metal Christmas. See you.
Bye.